Hi, and welcome to Media Access, the podcast that spotlights below the line persons in media. And today, our guest is Nataki Alexander. I have to admit, we have a special connection. We share some cousins, we share an aunt and an uncle, and we consider ourselves cousins. There's nothing changing that, and that's just how Black people are. So anyway, so happy to have you. So honored to have you, Nataki. You do amazing work. You're an impressive individual, and let's just get into it. Tell us about how you got into photography. Where you went to school, and so forth.
Thank you for the lovely introduction. And I'll make the long story short. I got my first camera from my father, who used a Canon, a 35 millimeter, and he traveled around the world with my mother, taking beautiful photos and exposing me to photography early on. So I've always had a love for photography. And when I went to Virginia State University, my HBCU, I met a professor who loved my work, and she encouraged me to pursue photography. Go Morgan, orange and blue. So I pursued it to some level, but I didn't know what was out there until I arrived in New York City, where I found this beautiful world of publishing and media. And a lot of the work entailed photography and photo research. And I just fell right into it. And I loved it. And I still do.
Fantastic. Well, tell us. I mean, I know that you have done some pretty notable work with Time for Kids, and you've shot Chelsea Clinton, you've shot Pharrell Williams, you've shot your brother, who's pretty impressive himself, Kwame Alexander. So tell us about that. What was that like?
Working at Time for Kids was a great opportunity. It's basically Time magazine, but for kids. So we covered all the news of the world, and we also interviewed celebrities that were interesting to children. So Chelsea Clinton, of course, is a children's book author. So she was one who came in, and I was a behind the scenes photographer. They allowed me to really learn and grow as a photographer at Time for Kids. She was amazing. Working with my brother was amazing. When he won the Newbery and came into the office, I immediately said, let's go on the roof and I'm going to get a photo of you. And that photo was used everywhere. It was like his first big photo after winning. And of course, we used it in the magazine.
And I think I've seen that photo and didn't know you took it.
Yeah, he was holding the crossover, the book that won the Newbery. And it was just a great opportunity to
The
be
book that also went on to be a series, right?
yes, it went on to be a series. Yeah, and I've been working with him for ever since as a photographer, doing photography for him and for the shows that he's producing and so on. So it's great to be in this space right now alongside him. And Time for Kids, yeah, it was amazing. Pharrell, we're from the same area, so we connected right away. It was great photographing him as well,
Well, tell
and
me.
being a behind the scenes photographer.
So, how does one get into this field? I mean, that's the question a lot of these people are going to have. How do you get into this?
That's a great question. I feel like you have to network and be out there and let everyone know your skill set. You can't hide out. People have to know what you're able to do. You have to talk, be very vocal about what you're interested in, and just find the right people. It is work because these kind of opportunities aren't really broadcasted. You have to go out and look for them, but they're there.
Okay.
And being in big cities, top cities are it's very beneficial.
Okay. So, still, no matter how the world has changed, you would still say that top city location is a factor. Because a lot of people today, they're like, okay, well, can I do it where I am rather than going somewhere else? What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I think that's a great question as well, and it is changing slightly. But I do think it's beneficial as a photographer to be in big cities. As a photo editor and researcher, I think that you can be anywhere.
Okay. All right. Well, that's important for people to know. Hey, look, still
Yeah,
got to go
it
to the
is.
still got to go to the got to go to the big cities. All right. And I know you must tell your kids who are, fortunately they're in Staten Island, they're in New York, but in the Her Shop program. Tell us about this amazing Her Shop program, what you do, and some of the lessons you try to impart to the kids, and what made you start the program.
Well, I started Her Shot to inspire young girls to tell visual stories about themselves and about their communities, just to inspire and educate people. And I wanted to build self confidence because as a young girl myself, I struggled with self confidence, and finding photography really helped me to be more sure of myself and proud of myself and my accomplishments. Eventually, I became a person who actually loved being on the other side of the camera and loving myself through encouraging people to love themselves as I photograph them. People tend to tell me that they feel comfortable and they feel beautiful when I'm photographing them, and it's just what I do, and I strive to do that with the girls. I have girls in Kenya now. I'm doing a collaborative program with Kenya Connect, and it's just amazing. The photography that these girls come up with is just wonderful. And then I have girls here in New York and Atlanta and Virginia.
Okay, well, you are doing tremendous work, and we will make sure that we provide people with the information they need to know about your program and how they can support your program. I'd love to be able to talk to you more, but we're running out of time. So, again, thank you so much for the information that you are sharing with our viewers, and you, again, are an incredible woman and someone that people can really look up to and aspire to be like. And I know there's, again, so many other things I'd love to talk about with you, but can't do it. Can't do it today. We'll have to do it another time. So join us next time for another episode of Media Access Pass. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't miss the upcoming episodes featuring people from all aspects of the media, of the entertainment industry. And see you next time. Thank you